Have you ever pondered about the enigmatic circumstances around Flight 571? A question that has intrigued many, and today, we're going to dive right into this enigma. Flight 571, a journey that has marked its place in the annals of aviation history, not for its origin or destination, but for the extraordinary events that unfolded mid-air. The date was October 13, 1972. A charter flight, Flight 571, took off from Montevideo, the capital city of Uruguay, with a destination set for Santiago, the vibrant heart of Chile. On board were 45 souls, a mix of passengers and crew, each unaware of the chilling turn their lives were about to take. These ordinary individuals were destined for an extraordinary journey, one that would test their limits and redefine survival. As we delve into the chronicles of Flight 571, prepare to uncover a tale of survival and resilience, a tale that still resonates in the corridors of time, reminding us of the indomitable human spirit. October 13, 1972, a day that started like any other, but soon turned into a nightmare for the passengers of Flight 571. The plane, filled with a mix of eager tourists and local commuters, took off smoothly from the runway. The hum of the engines and the rustle of shifting luggage was soon drowned by the excited chatter of people settling in for the journey. Outside, the weather was deceptively calm, a clear sky with a hint of chill in the air, typical for the time of the year. As the plane ascended, the pilots navigated through routine air currents, the aircraft responding well. However, as they ventured further into the flight, they began to notice subtle changes in weather patterns, a slight turbulence here, a drop in temperature there. Meanwhile, the flight mechanics on ground control started picking up intermittent technical glitches. They weren't immediately alarming, but were certainly unusual. The pilots were alerted, but the flight continued. Little did they know, their journey was about to take a tragic turn. An unexpected event that changed the course of their lives forever. Imagine, if you will, an ordinary day turned extraordinary in the blink of an eye. The hum of the plane engines, the chatter of passengers, the routine of flight, all shattered in an instant. The date? October 13, 1972. The event? The crash of Flight 571. The plane, a chartered Fairchild FH-227D, was cruising over the rugged landscape of the Andes. Suddenly, the tranquility was shattered by a deafening roar. The plane was in a rapid descent, plummeting towards the icy peaks below. The pilots, fighting against the forces of nature and physics, were unable to prevent the inevitable. With a thunderous crash, the plane slammed into the mountains. The impact was cataclysmic. The fuselage was torn apart, the wings ripped from the body of the plane. The snow-covered mountainside became a graveyard of twisted metal and shattered lives. Yet, in the midst of this chaos, there were survivors. In the aftermath of the crash, 28 people found themselves alive amidst the wreckage. But the relief was short-lived. They were trapped in the heart of the Andes, miles away from civilization, surrounded by a vast expanse of snow and ice. The survivors, shocked and disoriented, quickly realized their predicament. They were stranded, injured, and without any means of communication. The conditions were harsh, the temperatures freezing, and the oxygen thin. Each breath was a struggle, each moment a fight for survival. In the face of such adversity, the survivors rallied. They scavenged for supplies among the wreckage, huddled together for warmth, and hoped against hope for rescue. Their determination was their only weapon against the odds. Yet, the reality of their situation was becoming increasingly clear. They were lost in the vast wilderness of the Andes, a world away from the comforts of civilization. Rescue seemed a distant dream. The survivors, grappling with the grim reality, knew that they had to rely on each other to survive. In the midst of the Andes, they found themselves stranded, with survival their only option. In the harsh, unforgiving terrain of the Andes, a battle for life commenced. The survivors were immediately confronted with a trio of formidable adversaries: extreme cold, high altitude, and a devastating lack of food. The cold was a relentless enemy, its icy fingers reaching into the very marrow of their bones, while the altitude left them breathless, their lungs aching for more oxygen than the thin air could provide. Food, once a taken-for-granted necessity, became a luxury they could only dream of. Yet despite these crushing adversities, they refused to surrender. Each day they woke to a frozen world, their bodies shivering, their stomachs empty, but their spirits unbroken. They huddled together for warmth, their shared body heat a meager defense against the bitter cold. They rationed what little food they had, each morsel a precious commodity, each swallow a victory against hunger. The high altitude was a constant invisible enemy. At such heights the air is thin and oxygen scarce. It was an uphill battle, but they adapted. They breathed slower, deeper, making every breath count. They moved deliberately, conserving energy, turning survival into an art form. Their resourcefulness knew no bounds. They fashioned makeshift tools from plane wreckage, turned snow into water, and used their survival skills to combat the harsh conditions. They learned to navigate the treacherous terrain, their footsteps leaving a trail of resilience in the snow, but it was their unwavering determination that was truly remarkable. They clung to life with a tenacity that was nothing short of heroic. Faced with the unimaginable, they chose to fight, to endure. They leaned on each other, their collective strength greater than the sum of its parts. They drew hope from despair, courage from fear. Yes, the struggle was immense. The obstacles seemed insurmountable. But they proved that the human spirit is capable of extraordinary feats when survival is at stake. They showed the world that in the face of adversity, hope can be found, and miracles can happen. Their will to survive was tested to the limits, yet hope was not lost. Against all odds, a glimmer of hope appeared on the horizon. It was the day the world had been holding its breath for. The rescue operation was nothing short of a miracle, a testament to the indomitable spirit of human survival. As the rescuers descended on the crash site, the survivors' emotions were a whirlwind of relief, disbelief, and above all, an overwhelming gratitude. The world watched, their hearts pounding, as the survivors emerged from what can only be described as a living nightmare. The rescue operation itself was a feat of endurance and determination. A team of brave and selfless individuals embarked on what was an arduous task in the unforgiving terrain, driven by the hope of finding life amidst the wreckage. The rescuers, too, were heroes in their own right, their efforts painting a vivid picture of humanity's capacity for compassion and courage. The world reacted with a collective gasp of relief and awe. The news of the rescue spread like wildfire, taking over airwaves and headlines. It was a story of survival against all odds, a story that resonated with every soul that heard it. The survivors of Flight 571 were no longer just victims of a tragic accident. They had become symbols of resilience and the indomitable human spirit. The emotions that flooded the survivors upon being found were overwhelming. Relief, yes, but also a profound sense of gratitude. They had endured the unimaginable, faced the abyss, and emerged on the other side. Their eyes told stories of despair turned into hope, of fear turned into courage, of loss turned into survival. Their journey was a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the will to survive. And so, after 72 days of torment, they were finally rescued. The rescuers, with tears in their eyes and triumph in their hearts, embraced the survivors. It was a moment that echoed around the world, a moment that marked the end of their ordeal. After 72 days of torment, they were finally rescued, marking the end of their ordeal. The story of Flight 571 is more than just a tale of survival. It's a poignant narrative that reverberates through the corridors of time, echoing the strength and resilience of the human spirit. The incident left indelible imprints on the survivors and their families, forever altering the course of their lives. Living through such a harrowing experience, the survivors found themselves grappling with a new reality. The world they once knew was different, and they had to adapt. They had to learn to navigate through the labyrinth of trauma, the echoes of their past, and the uncertainty of their future. For some, the incident became a catalyst for change, pushing them to confront their deepest fears and to rise above adversity. Their families, too, bore the brunt of the incident. The anguish of not knowing, the relief of reunion, the struggle of readjustment, each family had its unique journey. Yet, they all shared a common thread. the unwavering hope and belief in their loved one's survival. The incident of Flight 571 also served as a wake-up call to the aviation industry. It underscored the pressing need to enhance aviation safety and to put in place more robust measures to prevent such incidents. The lessons learned from Flight 571 led to significant changes in aviation safety, including improved training for pilots, better emergency protocols, and advancements in aircraft design and technology. But perhaps the most profound impact of Flight 571 lies in the lessons it taught us about the human spirit. It reminded us of our capacity to endure, to hope, and to rise above even the most daunting of challenges. It showed us that when faced with adversity, we can summon an inner strength that we never knew we had. Flight 571, a tale of human resilience and survival, is a testament to the indomitable human spirit that continues to inspire us all. It serves as a powerful reminder that even in the face of unimaginable adversity, we can find the strength to not just survive, but to thrive.